and we'll move on to the features and characteristics of cyclone, followed by the classification of cyclones. See, the cyclones are classified into different categories. So how they are classified, and we will see what is a list of names of cyclones, how they are named, and also the action plan for individuals and also for the government agencies before, during, and after the cyclones. Okay. So moving ahead. Now, if you can see the slides, this is the process of how cyclones are formed. You know it very well. You might have studied in your science class in your school, isn't it? So how the cyclones are formed? They are formed because of the low pressure winds. So at low pressures, the winds spiral in circular directions, particularly in the clockwise directions. So they will be moving in clockwise directions towards its center. This happens in low pressure areas, isn't it? And moving in clockwise direction, they will slowly move up, and the winds rise and spill over in an outward flow at higher altitudes. You might have seen them. You might have seen hurricanes. These cyclones are basically termed with different names in different continents. You can call them as hailstorms, you can call them as thunderstorms, you can call them as hurricanes. So all these are, they do have a single terminology, what we call in our country as cyclones. So they are just nothing but winds which have rotated, which have moved in clockwise direction in low pressure areas. Slowly they move upwards and they will gain their radius. You might have seen in foreign movies, in English movies, that hurricanes, they'll be having very small vertex, very small radius at the bottom. But whereas if you see at the top, they will be just like the radius will be too high, isn't it? So that is nothing but a cyclone. It starts just with a group of winds. And particularly when these winds, they travel on the ocean or a large water body, because of this summer seasons particularly, because of the summer seasons, what happens is these winds, they will extract water from these bodies. Okay, so what happens is this air which is in circulating motion, it picks up the water from the water body. So what happens is the air becomes moist air, and this moist air moves upwards, isn't it? And it moves upwards, and when it moves upwards, you know that the pressure will be decreasing. So automatically what happens is it gets cooled there. So the water vapor which is present now, the moist air, now when it is moving up because of the pressure, it will be cooling down. So what happens is immediately this water, when it is in a large quantity, then automatically what happens, it results in a rainfall. This is the simple concept. So that's why the major things which do aid the formation of cyclones is low pressure areas, a group of winds, and the temperatures on the water bodies. So these three things, they will affect the cyclones. So any low pressure area having a large circulation of winds which are complemented by a warm temperature, this will result in a severe cyclone. Simple logic. So that's why if you carefully see, cyclones are more experienced in summer seasons, because these circular winds, whenever they pass through this Bay of Bengal or Arabian Ocean, what happens is because of this warm temperatures, they will extract water from these water bodies. So water vapor will be very light when compared to the water. So water vapor, they will absorb water vapor, they will become into moist air, and then it will form as a rain. So cyclones are of different types. Cyclones are of different types. One of the formation is central eye cyclone, which I will show you in here. Central eye cyclone will be just like mana Trinetra antam kada atla untundi. Center lo oka eye laga untundi, which means that చుట్టూ సైక్లోన్ ఉంటుంది, అంటే చుట్టూ స్వెర్లింగ్ విండ్స్ ఉంటాయి బేసికల్గా, మధ్యలో ఎంటీ స్పేస్ ఉన్నట్టు ఉంటుంది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ as central eye cyclones. They are virtually calm with a very clear sky. Yeah, Farooq, I have heard that cyclones and tsunamis also occur with అది నేను కూడా సినిమాలో చూసాను, నాన్నకు ప్రేమతో సినిమాలో చూసాను, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ నో వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్రూ ఆర్ నాట్. one thing is for sure, whether it is cyclones are basically formed because of the low pressure movements. I don't know whether butterflies are also attracted to the low pressure areas. That is a big question because I am not a biologist, but maybe that might be true. Because all the bird movements, all the insect movements are basically affected by the pressure things across the earth. So that might be true, but as an engineer, I don't find any link between this butterfly movement and cyclones. And the tsunamis are different. Tsunamis are basically formed because of major jerks in the earth. Tsunamis is completely different. Cyclones might be because yes, yes. In different movies they have mentioned the same, but I haven't gone through that much, and I'm poor in that knowledge of butterflies. Might be there might be a relation, but to me I do believe only in the pressure areas. Yeah. So moving ahead, the central eye cyclones, they're virtually calm with clear sky, and the center or eye is basically, I'll show you one. Yeah, this is a central eye cyclone. If you carefully see, the right of the picture is called as a central eye cyclone. If you view it from the top, basically, it will be just like a eye in the center of the winds. So these bring in a very heavy rainfall, central eye cyclones. So if a cyclone has turned itself into a central eye cyclone, which means that it will be spread over a vast area, it will be having very huge winds, and it will result in a very large rainfall. So that is central eye cyclone. The characteristics of central eye cyclone I have mentioned here. The eye will be generally of 16 to 30 kilometers. See, the empty space in the middle itself is 16 to 30 kilometers, means see how much the radius will be basically. So, and these winds, they will be moving at a distance of nearly 15 kilometers high, and they bring in very strong winds and very heavy rainfalls. So that is central eye cyclones. These are satellite pictures of central eye cyclones, or what we call it as low pressure cyclones. Now, futures of the cyclone. So we have seen the futures of a disaster in the very first class. So we will discuss about futures of cyclone. Cyclone longevity, or the duration of a cyclone. You know that cyclone can exist for a few days, maybe 2 or 3 days, and it may persist for a few weeks also. And one more feature of the cyclone is that, as already mentioned, cyclone is nothing but a group of winds which are moving in a circular motion, isn't it? So these group of winds, when they move in a circular motion, they will move from one pressure area to another pressure area. Most of the times, they will try to move towards a land area after they get formed over the sea body or water body. They try to move to the areas where they do find lower pressure. Immediately they will start moving towards land areas basically. So that's why you see all the cyclones basically which are originated in the water bodies, they try to cross over the land, and once they cross over the land, they will lose their speed. So concept is very simple. They will start over the water body, and as long as they are moving on the water body, they will increase their speeds because they will be able to extract more and more amount of water, and because of the low pressure areas, they will be increasing their speeds. So they will be moving very fastly. They will be changing their direction with the wind direction. So they will be crossing at somewhere, some land, some border area of the land. And once they reach the land, they will result in huge waterfall, just like rains, heavy rains. And after crossing the land, they will just stay back for most probably 3 to 4 days or 5 days. And once again, there are instances better. There are instances after crossing the land also, they're again going back into sea, again coming back to the land. So this has given scientists and engineers that it's not that they move always in the forward direction, that they can move in the forward backward direction. That's why a cyclone warning, basically it sustains nearly up to 2 to 3 weeks of time. So this is one more feature of cyclone where we mention about the direction. And one more thing is that most cyclones basically they move forward at the speed of 15 to 25 kilometers per hour. This is the normal speed, but sometimes based upon this approximate average speed itself, one can estimate at what date the cyclones are going to land. See, our meteorological department, it always watches the water bodies 24/7, 365 days. Whenever they feel that there is a low pressure area which is resulting in a cyclone, they will identify the spot where the cyclone is going to be initiated on the water body, and they will watch its progress, whether it is improving into a cyclone or whether it will be just only a small thing. So once they feel that it is growing, immediately they will just start monitoring its progress, at how much rate it is increasing and in which direction it is moving. So based upon that, based upon its speed, they will estimate on what date it might land or it might come into the border of the land. So based upon that, they will evacuate the people. So that's why cyclones, basically, if you consider, particularly in the past 15 or 20 years, the fatalities have been reducing because we are getting good amount of time to react. We are at least getting 4 to 5 days of time to react for a cyclone, because our Indian Meteorological Department is doing a very wonderful job of predicting the cyclones perfectly. Okay, and this is one thing, as you all know, whenever the cyclone hits the land from the water body, the moment it hits the land, it will be just like some atomic bomb. Lots of energy will be just like released into the air. So that's why the moment it starts landing, the moment it comes to the land, if you can see అన్ని న్యూస్ ఛానల్స్ లో మీరు ఇంతకుముందు వీడియోస్ చూసారు కదా, those are the instances when cyclones hit the lands. ఆ ఎనర్జీకి it will be measured in terms of wind speeds. Wind speeds will be somewhere around 70 miles per hour, 100 miles per hour, 110 miles per hour. Super cyclonic storms అయితే it will go up to 130 miles per hour. మనం కార్లో పోయినట్టే ఉంటుంది. 130 miles per hour అంటే ఎంత? అప్రాక్సిమేట్లీ 200 kilometers per hour. 200 kilometers per hour మనకు కార్లో విండోస్ ఓపెన్ చేసిపోతేనే ఎట్లా ఉంటుందో తెలుసు కదా. అట్లాంటిది గాలులే అంత స్పీడ్గా వస్తున్నాయంటే మీరు చూడండి. సో సూపర్ సైక్లోనిక్ స్టార్మ్కి ఆ రేంజ్లో ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వై whenever a cyclone hits the land, it will release huge amount of energy which will release huge winds, which will travel with very high speeds. And during passing of the eye, normal central cyclone అయితే చూపించాను కదా, మధ్యలో ఖాళీ ఉంటుంది. సో ఫస్ట్ అటెంప్ట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు బాగా గాలి స్పీడ్ ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ మధ్యలోకి రాగానే ఆటోమేటిక్ ఎంటీ ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ వస్తుంది, బ్యాక్వర్డ్ ఉంటుంది. సో డ్యూరింగ్ పాసింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఐ, wind lulls with the clear sky, but it is not the ends. It can produce tides also better. మీరు అందుకని ఇది కూడా చూసింటారు, సైక్లోన్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు బేసికల్గా సముద్రాలకు పోవద్దని చెప్తారు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం సీ కోస్ట్లో ఉండే వాళ్ళందరినీ లోపలికి రమ్మంటారు, బికాస్ ద టైడ్స్ విల్ బి వెరీ వెరీ హై. నార్మల్ సీ లెవెల్ కంటే చాలా అంటే చాలా రేట్లు పెరుగుతుంది. నియర్లీ ఇట్ గోస్ అప్ టు 3 to 5 times of the normal sea level during cyclones. So the characteristics of the cyclone, the first thing which we are supposed to discuss is frequency. How frequent the cyclones are appearing in any area. Cyclones are appearing very frequently even in our country, because you know that ours is just like a V-type shape at southern end, right? On the right hand side we do have Bay of Bengal, on the left hand side we do have Arabian Sea, and at the downwards we do have Indian Ocean. So all the three directions are basically covered with water bodies. So defaultly we do experience very severe cyclones all the time. Can anyone say me, out of these two areas, assuming that Indian Ocean is far when compared to the Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, when we compare Bay of Bengal and Indian Ocean, in which of these oceans we do experience frequent cyclones? Can anyone answer? With your knowledge, every year we are experiencing 3 to 4 cyclones, isn't it? So మీరు 10th వచ్చిన తర్వాతే తీసుకుందాం. After you have reached 10th, I think it is nearly 6 years. So 6 into 4, 24 cyclones మీరు చూసింటారు approximately. మీకు గుర్తున్నంత వరకు, as far as you know, Out of these two water bodies, which body is creating more number of cyclones, Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea? Anyone can type in the chat box. Farooq is ready. Bay of Bengal. Nobody knows why, but because of the thing, Bay of Bengal is giving a large number of cyclones basically. So every year we are getting, yes, Samita also answered Bay of Bengal. Yes, Bay of Bengal is experiencing a lot number of cyclones. Every year we are experiencing cyclones, severe cyclones. So the frequency, it is 3 to 4 a year minimum. And severity categories, there are severity categories as prescribed by the World Climate Organization and also our Meteorological Department of India. IMD also has given certain categories for the storm based upon the wind speeds that I will show you, and the effects. And coming to the effects of the cyclone, you know that immediately after a cyclone, what will be happening? We will be experiencing fatalities. We will be experiencing the most important thing, what we experience better. We will experience a lot of disruption to the communication lines, transportation, which also has a lot of destruction to the property. So fatalities we are reducing, number of deaths we are reducing, but the problem is we are experiencing a lot of damage to the property. That is the biggest problem with the cyclone. Okay. Now this is the classification of cyclones better. If you can see, the basic one is called as a tropical cyclone, or in foreign countries basically it is generally termed as a gale. Gale is nothing but simple winds where the speed of the winds will be 90 to 125 kilometers per hour. And all these storms, just like earthquakes, are measured with the help of Richter scale, isn't it? So just like Richter scale, there is another scale called as Beaufort scale, which is generally used to measure the intensity of storms. The Beaufort scale will be having some 0 to 15 category. So normally we do measure only up to 15. So normally 0 to 7, 8 వరకు కూడా నార్మల్ విండ్స్ అనే కౌంట్ చేస్తారు. 8 తర్వాత నుంచి ఆటోమేటిక్గా దాన్ని స్టార్మ్స్ లాగా ట్రీట్ చేస్తారు. సో 8 నుంచి 12 వరకు, సో బేసికల్లీ దాన్ని బట్టి సివియారిటీ బట్టి బేసికల్గా స్టార్మ్స్ అనేది డివైడ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. అండ్ మన ఇండియాలో తగిన బేసికల్గా యూరోప్ అండ్ ఏషియన్ కంట్రీస్లో డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద విండ్ గస్ట్ అంటే ఏంటంటే స్పీడ్. సో విండ్ గస్ట్స్ని బట్టి బేసికల్గా స్టార్మ్ ఎంత అనేది డిసైడ్ చేస్తారు. సో మీరు ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తారా, I have shown you 90 to 125 kilometers per hour, which is a normal speed basically. What happens is the damage will also be very low, and these type of things are called as tropical cyclones. If the wind speed is a little bit high, then these are called as tropical destructive cyclones. There will be a minor house damages. See, 165 to 225. This is called as severe tropical storm. Basically, roofs, thatched roofs, you will be experiencing damages to them. And if the speed is somewhere around 225 to 279, there will be surely roofing loss even for concrete buildings also, which is called as a very destructive cyclone. And the last one is more than 280 kilometers per hour, which is called as a severe tropical, very destructive cyclones. So కేటగిరీ 5 సైక్లోన్స్ బేసికల్గా మనం ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ అవ్వట్లేదు, మనం అంతా కేటగిరీ 4 వరకే చేస్తున్నాం బేసికల్గా. సో ఐ విల్ షో యూ దిస్ వన్, ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ టు యూ లేటర్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద రీసెంట్ సైక్లోన్స్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. We will come back. Yeah. See, in the chronological order, see, you can go back to the 2014. I think you know that 2014 you might be in your 8th or 9th class. We have experienced Hudud. అప్పుడే కదరా ఈ సినిమా స్టార్స్ అందరూ కూడా ఏదో చారిటీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేశారు హుదూద్ తుఫాన్కి అనుకుంటా, రైట్? హుదూద్ వాజ్ దర్. See the damage which is being incurred because of these cyclones. లేటెస్ట్గా మనకు వచ్చింది ఏంట్రా అంఫాన్, వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్లో. ఐడియా ఉంది కదా, మొన్న రీసెంట్గా వచ్చింది, లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ వచ్చింది. కోవిడ్ టైంలోనే వచ్చింది, అది కూడా మన టైం బాగాలేదు. సో కోవిడ్ ఫస్ట్ వేవ్ టైంలో వచ్చింది అంఫాన్ తుఫాన్ బేసికల్గా. See the damage which has created $13.7 billion. $13.7 billion was the approximate estimate by the government authorities. Unofficial ఎంత ఉంటుందో తెలియదు. The advantage is that the fatalities are very low if you carefully observe. The fatalities were very, very low. And see the speeds better. The highest speed so far recorded is in Amphan. It is at 240 kilometers per hour. Isn't it? This is the super cyclonic storm which we experienced. And see here one more thing. If you carefully see, what are the states which we do experience better? From the top we will see on the right hand side. What are the states which we do have? West Bengal. Below that Odisha. Below that AP. Below that Tamil Nadu. These four states are extremely affected by the cyclones. And on the right hand side and on the left hand side, what are the states? Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, and Kerala. Now, if you carefully see, all of these, I have listed I have taken only one cyclone in 1 year, which has created a devastating experience. So, మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే 2020లో బిగ్గెస్ట్ సైక్లోన్ అంఫాన్ వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్ ఆన్ ద ఈస్టర్న్ కోస్ట్. 2019 Fani, it was also on the eastern coast, Odisha. Titli in AP, it was also on the eastern coast. Gaja was also on the eastern coast of Odisha. And see Maharashtra on western coast. There is only one, and this is Oki. Okay, and again Varda in Tamil Nadu and Hudud in Andhra Pradesh. See, most of the cyclones, largest cyclones have been appearing in eastern coast. And I haven't mentioned one more thing. In 2005, there was a cyclone which happened in Odisha, which had a devastating experience. Nearly resulted in 10 to 12,000 fatalities. Imagine, 10 to 12,000 official fatalities. And that was the last moment where we experienced a huge number of fatalities. The government had no idea of what was happening, so they were not able to predict the cyclone. So that was the last thing which resulted in a large number of fatalities. 2005 Odisha. Okay. And after that, after 2005, on meteorological department, it sprang into existence. It sprang into livelihood thing, and it started estimating perfectly. And that's why we are getting 1 week, 2 weeks before itself the alert warnings of a cyclone. And that's why we are able to evacuate the people, but we can't evacuate the property, right? So that's why we are experiencing a huge damage. So this is the amount of damage which we are experiencing, isn't it? So now my information is done. Now the time is for you. Now, before going for these things, I would like to mention one thing. How many of you are ready for the discussions? Can you raise your hands so that we'll have a quick discussion? Good. Done. Let's start. Is it possible to prevent cyclones? Type in the chat box. Is it possible to prevent cyclones? He has yes. So there is no possibility to prevent cyclones. All we can do is mitigate. Better rendu vishayalu gurtupeట్టుకోండి. Prevention, mitigation. If prevention is not possible, then try to mitigate the things. So that's why cyclones cannot be prevented. At least what we can do is nothing but we can mitigate their effects. How we can mitigate their effect? The only thing is by just monitoring the cyclone. Our meteorological department must be so active that such that it must identify the things and warn the individuals very quickly, isn't it? So that we can reduce the fatalities. Very nice. Now, what is the cyclone season for our country? As already mentioned, 80% of the cyclones do come in the warm seasons, in the summer seasons, isn't it? So, can anybody? Let us suppose if the cyclone has a particular season. Now I will get back to you. Yeah, if you carefully see, May, last 2 times were in May, and before that it was November, December. So either November, December is one season, the other one is April, May is one season where we will be experiencing cyclones regularly. నవంబర్ డిసెంబర్ ఎందుకంటే అప్పటికి మాన్సూన్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. మాన్సూన్ రాకముందు, మాన్సూన్ వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత ఈ రెండు దాంట్లోనే మనకు వస్తున్నాయి బేసికల్. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ విచ్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు మెన్షన్, యు సీ దిస్ ఇస్ ద లిస్ట్ బెటర్. అండ్ సైక్లోన్స్ మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారా, రకరకాల పేర్లు ఉన్నాయి. అంఫాను, ఫనీ, తిత్లీ, గాజా, ఓచ్కి, వరద, ఇవన్నీ. అవునా? ఎట్లా పేర్లు పెడతారు? ఇప్పుడు బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్ ఉంది కదా, బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్లో వచ్చే సైక్లోన్ అయితే బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్ చుట్టూ కంట్రీస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా బేసికల్గా. బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్ చుట్టూ కంట్రీస్ ఏమేమి ఉన్నారా? ఇండియా ఉన్నది, శ్రీలంక ఉన్నది, బంగ్లాదేశ్ ఉన్నది, ఇంకేమేమి ఉన్నాయి, బర్మా ఉన్నది, ఇంకా చాలా రకాల కంట్రీస్ ఉన్నాయి. మీకు అందరికి పేర్లు అని తెలిసే ఉంటాయి. అవునా? సో ఈ కంట్రీస్ అన్నీ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే ముందుగానే లిస్ట్ ఇచ్చేస్తాయి. ఒక్కొక్కరికి 5 లిస్ట్ ఇచ్చేస్తారు. సో లెట్ us suppose 8 కంట్రీస్ ఉంటాయి. 8 5 40 నేమ్స్ విల్ బి గివెన్. సో ర్యాండమ్గా నెక్స్ట్ సైక్లోన్కి ఈ పేరు వచ్చేస్తుంది అన్నట్టు. దట్ ఈస్ అ వే. మన ఇండియా ప్రపోజ్ చేసిన కొన్ని పేర్లు ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని బంగ్లాదేశ్ ప్రపోజ్ చేసినవి ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని శ్రీలంక ప్రపోజ్ చేసినవి ఉంటాయి. సో ద సైకిల్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ ఫిక్స్డ్. నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చే సైక్లోన్కి ఇది పేరు. అరేబియన్ ఓషన్లో ఉండే దానికి అటుపక్క ఉండే కంట్రీస్. So Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, all these countries, they will be giving few names. So like that the names will be given. So మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఇదిగో ఇవి మన వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన పేర్లు. ఏవి? ఇండియా ఇచ్చిన పేర్లు చూడండి. అగ్ని, ఆకాశ్, బిజ్లీ, జల్, లెహార్, మేఘ్, సాగర్, వాయు. ఇవి మన వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన పేర్లు. అట్లా ఒక్కొక్క కంట్రీ. ఇవన్నీ ఏంటంటే ఇవి మన బే ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్కి వచ్చే సైక్లోన్స్ పేర్లు అన్నట్టు. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, ఇందులో ఏమేమి అయిపోయినాయి చూడండి. వచ్చి సాగర్, మేఘ్ను, దాదాపు ఇవన్నీ అయిపోయినట్టున్నాయి. వరద అయిపోయింది, తిత్లీ అయిపోయినట్టుంది, గాజా వాజ్ ఆల్సో కంప్లీటెడ్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద నేమ్స్ గివెన్. ఇవి సీరియల్ ఆర్డర్లో ఆల్రెడీ మళ్ళీ పెట్టేసి ఉంటారా. గాజా అనేది శ్రీలంక వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది, తిత్లీ, వరద ఇవన్నీ పాకిస్తాన్ వాళ్ళు ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. సో లైక్ దట్ ద నేమ్స్ విల్ బి గివెన్ బేసికల్లీ. Hope you have understood. Funny is also completed, Ochki is also completed. So like this the names will be given. So don't feel that the names are somewhat different. Names will always be collected by the authority ఉంటుంది బేసికల్గా, సైక్లోన్ అథారిటీ. బేసికల్గా ఈ అన్ని కంట్రీస్ కలిపి ఒక కోఆర్డినేటింగ్ అథారిటీ ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు ముందే కలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటారు నేమ్స్. దే విల్ కలెక్ట్ ద నేమ్స్ అండ్ దే విల్ నేమ్ ద సైక్లోన్స్, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ స్మాల్ ఆర్ బిగ్. ఇఫ్ a cyclone has started, if the wind speeds have ranged to this level, then automatically it will be given a name from the list of names. And yeah, so now we will have a quick discussion before cyclone season. What is the action plan for us? Anyway, cyclones వస్తున్నాయి. Let us suppose if I am living in the sea coast area, if there is a prediction cyclone season, what are the important characteristics of cyclones better? First thing is this wind speeds will be very high, isn't it? So let us suppose in May and June every year I am experiencing cyclones. So what should I do in April? Don't say that I should leave the home. Say me something else. Aki has answered. Listen to radio up to date. That is fine. So season start time on the angel. సైక్లోన్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది అనే దానికి రేడియో ఓకే ఫైన్. సీజన్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది. సింపుల్ థింగ్ ఏం చేస్తాం రా, చెట్లన్నీ కొట్టేసుకొని రెడీగా ఉంటాం అంతే. ఇల్లంతా ఒకసారి చెక్ చేసుకొని చెట్లన్నీ కొట్టేసుకొని, బికాజ్ ఎందుకంటే చెప్పాను కదా విండ్స్ అన్నీ విపరీతంగా వస్తాయి. మనం చెట్లు అటు ఇటు ఉన్నాయనుకుందాం, ఉత్తగానే పడిపోతాయి. ఎండిపోయిన కొమ్మలు ఉన్నాయనుకుందాం, ఉత్తగానే కొట్టుకొని వచ్చేసి ఏడు పడితే అక్కడ తగులుకుంటాయి. అవునా? సో వాట్ we should do? The first and foremost thing before the cyclone season starts, you should know how the cyclone warning system works. And as Aki already mentioned, you should be watchable. You should be watching your warning systems and check whether the house is in good condition, particularly the roof. Right? If it is very weak, then immediately it will blow up. And check for the trees and plants, and if there are any dry stems, just clear them off. And any loose items, check for the windows and doors. If they are very loose, then automatically they will get easily damaged with strong winds, isn't it? And if you are going to get a very big message on the radio that there is a very huge cyclone storm coming, then immediately prepare yourself to move to the nearest safest area, isn't it? So this is before the start of the cyclone season, isn't it? Now let us suppose నువ్వు ముందుగానే మొత్తం ఇల్లంతా రెడీ చేసుకున్నావు, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ బీయింగ్ సెట్. నో సైక్లోన్ వార్నింగ్ వచ్చేసింది. సైక్లోన్ వార్నింగ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇమీడియట్గా ఏం చేయాలి? ఏదైనా డిజాస్టర్ అదే సార్, అంతే కదా. సో ఏం చేద్దాం చెప్పండి. సో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ కిట్స్. ద థింగ్స్ ద సేమ్ థింగ్స్ విచ్ వీ డూ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్, రైట్? ఎమర్జెన్సీ కిట్స్, right? Close all the windows and doors. This is the most important because there will be huge winds. Better. Very good. Close all the windows and doors because if they are loose because of the winds, they will get damaged. Very good. Sumant, nice thing. Yeah, the time is picking up. So listen to the local radio, and as Sumant said, first and foremost thing, you should board or tape windows and store any loose particles aside, right? And unplug all the appliances. Very good. So Rumi said, Sumant said, very good. So both are unplug all the appliances. Yes, it is also mentioned. Unplug all the appliances. I think Aki has mentioned. Very good. Being ready with food and drinking water. Good, Rumi. Emergency kit is also mentioned. Park vehicles in safe place. Very good. This is one more thing. This I include cheyaledu. Next time presentation ki include chestam. Park your vehicles in the safe place. Very good. Inta video chusinallaku ardhamantu. You should park your vehicles in the safe place. And when the cyclone strikes, inta mundu manam anni cyclone warning ki vachesariki manam anni precautions anni తీసుకున్నాం. అన్ని విండోస్ అన్ని క్లోజ్ చేసాం. We have taken our emergency kits. We have unplugged everything. And when the cyclone strikes for individuals, and if you are staying back in your home, stay inside and take shelter in the strongest part of your house. Right? What is the strongest part of your house? Either bathroom or cellar, isn't it? Because in bathroom we don't have so many number of items. So bathrooms or cellars. And protect yourself with mattresses or blankets. This is the most important thing. Whenever you are in a case of a cyclone, what the first and foremost thing, what will be the instruction from the authorities will be that if you are not able to get out of your room, if let us suppose you are experiencing very strong gusts, strong winds, do one thing, because there may be a falling from the roof or something else, right? So that's why try to go under a blanket, thick blanket, or a bed or a mattress. దాని మీద మెత్తగా ఉంటుంది కదా, సో పైనుంచి ఏమైనా పడ్డా నువ్వు సేఫ్గా ఉంటుంది. సో ప్రొటెక్ట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ విత్ మ్యాట్రెస్ ఆర్ బ్లాంకెట్స్ ఇఫ్ యూ ఎక్స్పీరియన్సింగ్ సివియర్ గస్ట్స్, సివియర్ winds. And make sure that you hold yourself, you clinch yourself to a very strong table which doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and beware of the calm beta. As already said, cyclones will be ముందు వెళ్ళిపోతుందిరా, మధ్యలో ఎంటీ స్పేస్ ఉంటుంది, మళ్ళీ తర్వాత మళ్ళీ విండ్స్ వస్తాయి. సో బివేర్ ఆఫ్ ద కామ్ ఐ. సో రిమైన్ ఇండోర్స్ అంటిల్ ద పాసింగ్ ఆఫ్ సైక్లోన్ ఇస్ కన్ఫర్మ్డ్ బై ద లోకల్ అథారిటీస్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ టు బి డన్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద సైక్లోన్. ఆఫ్టర్ ద సైక్లోన్ వాట్ విల్ హ్యాపన్? What you should do? Don't go outside because everything will be done outside, because everything what you can see everywhere, you can see debris. Roots of the trees will be done with the roots. Everything will be there on the roads, cordings, wires, etc. Everything will be there on the roads. So don't go outside unless if it is advised, and always listen to your radio. And if you are outside, don't go back to the home until advised. Okay, and always use recommended routes. And as already been mentioned, electricity lines, telephone lines, everything will be off. And there may be a chances of heavy rains and floods also because of the cyclones. So be careful, listen to everything on the radio, ask your local authorities and check everything, and then go back to your homes. Okay, so these are all the things which you are supposed to take care of. So important things which మీకు ఇప్పటిదాకా ఐడియా ఉండినవి ఇప్పటిదాకా మనం చూడాలి. Yeah. Right. This is an important thing. When you experience a huge gust, this is the thing which you are supposed to do, isn't it? And one more thing is, as Sumant said, this is one thing, right? And this is one thing. So these are the important things which you are supposed to do in case of cyclones. వరంగల్లో సైక్లోన్స్ పెద్దగా రావు, వచ్చినా అంత గాలులు రావు. లెట్ సపోజ్ మీకు వైజాగ్లో పోస్టింగ్ వచ్చింది, లేకపోతే చెన్నైలో పోస్టింగ్ వచ్చింది, లేకపోతే ముంబైలో పోస్టింగ్ వచ్చింది. దెన్ యూ విల్ బి ఎక్స్పీరియన్సింగ్ సైక్లోన్స్, థండర్ స్టార్మ్స్, cyclones, heavy rains, floods, etc. All the things you will be experiencing, right? And lastly, so actions to be taken care by the district collector or local authorities or whatever it may be. Now, quick, the same action plan. Type there. Let me see how much you do remove. Let me see if there are any new things from your side. Same away story lane, emergency center, foods, everything, relief areas. Anybody typing fastly? Sumant already started. Check for old buildings. Very good. This is the most important. Sumi, very good, beta. 24 Sumante kada? 24L? Am I sure?
Yes, sir.
Good. So check for the old buildings because they might be falling down because of the heavy winds. Very good. So anything else? Any other instructions? Any new instructions in case of a cyclones? So let's have a quick look now. Yeah. So sufficient stock of food grains because you are supposed to maintain relief camp, right? So that's why you should take care of everything because collector is wholly responsible for anything. Collector is the mother and father of all the people during the time of disasters. So sufficient stock of food grains, kerosene and other dry food commodities for distribution to the victims, and medical and veterinary departments and all government vehicles and all government staff, all must be ready. And this is the most important thing, list of generators available with movie theaters and other state electricity boards. This is the most important thing. Relocate people near cyclone prone area. Yes, very good, Rumi. And for relocation, for relief camp, you do require all these things. నేను ఇక్కడ రాసినవన్నీ 4 points relief area. నెక్స్ట్ యూనిట్లో రిలీఫ్ ఏరియా డిజైన్ ఉంది, సో దానికోసం ఇవన్నీ పనికొస్తాయి. ఈ లాస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఉంది చూసారా, దిస్ ఈస్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ విచ్ ఇస్ రిక్వైర్డ్. లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ జనరేటర్స్ అవైలబుల్ విత్, లెట్ us suppose if you are congregating a people of 200 in a particular area, what you should do, because no electric lines will be there, right? So what you do need list of generators. Government will not be having any generators. Generators, common place where you can find generators is, one is offices, the other one is movie theaters. So that's why during the time of disasters, all generators will be taken away from the movie theaters and nearby offices and will be shifted to relief camps. And cyclone stores, yeah, don't worry, I'll be closing it, the time is picking up. And communication facilities, they will be disrupted, as already been mentioned in the last cases also. So you should make immediate arrangements for wireless walkie-talkies, satellite phones, mobile phones, etc. And for cleaning debris, most important thing for earthquakes and also for cyclones is there will be a huge amount of debris there, isn't it? So all the hoardings and all the buildings and all the roofs, thatchets and all the trees, all will be there. So you should remember, clear of debris. And if there are any floods, you should go with the rubber tires and tubes because you should be floating in the water if there are huge amounts of water. So beware of the floods also. And if possible, if anybody has lost their homes and etc., you should prepare some temporary arrangement for their homes. And if possible, get ready with your kerosene lanterns and some sort of cooking vessels, etc. So all these things, these are all regular things. Yeah, post cyclone authorities. Post cyclones, immediately you should go with the electricity department. You should take care of all these things. Fallen electric poles. Floods లో దీంట్లో కూడా ఇంత పెద్ద డ్యామేజ్ ఉండదు, కానీ సైక్లోన్స్ వచ్చిందంటే మాత్రం డిఫాల్ట్లీ దే విల్ బి డిస్ట్రప్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ సర్వీసెస్ ఫర్ డేస్. అండ్ you being electrical engineers, after you join the industry, then you will experience. If you join Transco, particularly Transco and Discoms, you will feel a lot hell if any cyclone appears in the coastal areas. Completely they will be damaged. You should go with complete direction of all pole lines and everything, and it is going to be a very big sort of hell. So electricity board should be taken care of post cyclone, and you should convene meetings with all authorities so that you can provide each and everything, and make sure that you do follow the rescue operations and removal of dead bodies and carcasses and health measures and all these things. Fine. See, this is a glimpse of cyclone, how it will be happening. This was a marvelous picture of cyclone. You can see how the water is pouring in from the center. This is so. Hope you have now understood what is the impact of cyclones, how they are named, and what are the preparatory measures. Isn't it? Government authorities, they will do their job, but as an individual, we must know what we should do. We must know what we should, how we should take care of our family during the case of cyclones. And you people are at the age of 21, you should take care of your family in case of disasters. And I hope now you have got good knowledge on the how to protect yourselves and your family in case of cyclones. And these are the weekly questions. How are the cyclones named? And list of the activities that are to be followed by the individuals on receiving a cyclone warning, before a cyclone season, during cyclone, and after cyclone. Okay. So my quotes: you can't calm the storm by stop trying. What you can do is you can calm yourself, and automatically the storm will pass. So don't panic, guys. These are everyday things in our life. So try to be calm during the disasters. Mental peace is most important. So that's it from my side.